we the celebrities suffer. I know Samini bear with me, Kwame Eugene here, VanVicker here, you go out and you hear them, boss, chairman, something small. And that is why sometimes people like us want to share what we have with them. So I want to know what you have for our fans out there.
Earlier that the Development Bank Ghana are going to make sure that a special vehicle to support the industry from the Development Bank Ghana is done. So I think supporting of these startups in the recording industry, the artists who are coming along can also be factored into this as well. So I think we can support upcoming artists in recording. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We also acknowledge the Event Vendors Association of Ghana. Please put your hands together for the events vendors. Oh, okay. You are there. Thank you. And then our women in arts. Women in arts. I think I need to hear a shout. The women in arts. Thank you for coming. Okay, so we'll call Shatta Wale to ask this question.
Excellency, good evening. Good evening to everybody. I'm so glad to be here, but initially I didn't want to come here though, but I have this big problem that I feel we can work it out together. I've been watching your campaigns, and you talking about creating jobs, and I can see your slogan that says, to lead is to solve, and I'm actually here to just tell you about this whole great people that we have here. Maybe we might be in this room like this, but the people that made us who we are not in this room. And those are the fans. Your Excellency, I have been on the streets as a ghetto boy. And from the ghetto, now these are on this small pocket. So. But most of the times when I'm on the streets, I see these boys at the traffic lights, some of them, you go to the zoo, all of them. And I sometimes wonder if a government wants to come into power, like if you want to be my president, I want to understand how well you communicate to these people on the streets. Because these are the fans that, support all of us here. But sometimes when I watch them, I feel like, what is government putting in place for people like this? Because when they hear, we have the mining sector, creating jobs we have the agriculture sector. These boys on the streets even find it difficult to be in that kind of uniform, to even go and apply for a job. These are boys that don't have any hope. So sometimes we the celebrities suffer. I know Samini bear with me, Kwame Eugene here, VanVicker here, you go out and you hear them, boss, chairman, something small. And that is why sometimes people like us want to share what we have with them. So I want to know what you have for our fans out there. And that's the street. And Your Excellency, I'll please plead with you that, you see, when you want to, respond to what I'm saying, for today, and there's people out there on the streets, just say it in pidgin small for me.
The Ghana Association of Visual Artists. I'm one of the female artists in Ghana who have been very active. One of my notable works are the Bemakam Bridge. If you see the mural on it, I'm part. And I was one out of 50 men who did that work. And I also worked on the Christiansburg Archaeological Art Heritage Project at Osu. So the whole paintings you see at Osu, that's also part of my work. And I'm currently working on the bridge on Spintex. Sorry for that. So, Your Excellency, I wish to ask, is there any avenue for women in arts? Because we are not being encouraged. Most times people think the job is for only men, and I think I'm one of the only females who have been able to stand and make sure I show other women that it's possible. And I want us to make Ghana a beautiful place where people will come. We shouldn't always think of going out. We should always think of bringing people in. So I am standing in as one of the females who would want Ghana to be beautiful, and please don't forget us when you come in office. We pray that it happens next year. Thank you.
I'm very excited about the seeing Beza Music. Beza actually helped the fashion industry to form modular when war was in power. And the reason was because at the time, models were being exploited. And the few that take it upon themselves to go to school to learn this profession are being exploited. When we have celebrities like my friends here, they take up the little job, like the advertising and all these things that these models learn. And it looks like we've accepted that people don't really understand what models are really up to. So all we are asking for is that we are properly regularized. We want to be able to be licensed. So when people come out and they want to open modeling agencies, they get licensed before they get registered. Because at the time, models were the only acts that when a fashion designer will come and say, I want to organize a fashion show. And when they call the models for audition, they want to charge them. It was Moduga, the Models Union of Ghana, stopped all these things. And we're able to regulate the system in such a way that the models began to feel respected. And we want to enhance on that. All we are asking for tonight is to come in power. We support you very well. See my t-shirts. And I have a lot of models here, they can stand up. They're about 30. Models, stand up. I want the president is here.
Let's acknowledge our models. Thank you for coming.
And all they want to say
that they came. I think Charity, who has done great work in the visual arts, women in art, I think, has made a very strong case for why we should support women in art. And I think that just recently the Affirmative Action Act was passed and it's coming into force. And this is, for me, something that we should encourage. And if we need to support more women in art, which we do, I think we should give more affirmative action to women in art. And I'm very, very agreeable to doing that in terms of making sure that you have the jobs, you have the financing to do those jobs as well. So I'm supportive. Shatta Wale, waiting you say. The team say, me, where are the politics? The thing with they my heart, no. It be the people that way they suffer for the country. It be with they my heart. Me, I be patron of Lepers Aid Ghana. Me then lepers, we they eat, we they drink, because they want help lepers in Ghana. Me, I be farm laborer before, by day worker. I be taxi driver before. I be cleaner before. Yeah. So I say I know how people they suffer before. So where you see me, I be a patron also of Mother Teresa's Soup Kitchen, Christ the King, check, looking after street children. Me them Father come down when they do that sort of work. So my heart is the street. The street. The thing where I do all, say half of it help the people. So one of the things where you see, say, okay, free education come, it help. Digitalization to the help plenty. Because when you do your mobile phone talk, you know, nobody feel ask you bribe. You don't have to know anybody. You know so. You go feel apply for anything, then you get right on your mobile phone. So digital it help everybody. You know me so. Me, I come government, as I be the thing where I go do, where I go help everybody. So, since Shatta has made me speak pidgin English, so I will move on very quickly. Lillian talked about models and making sure they are properly regularized and licensed. I didn't know, frankly, I didn't know there was no licensing for models. And I think it's a profession, you know, and that must have its own standards and so on. So whatever help you want us to give you to get that process done, I will provide you that support so that you can get, so that, you know, with that, it also stops exploitation of the models in the industry. So let us work on them. The whole idea of Gamro, in fact, I'm part, we meeting many Gamro, Omoka say, Omo license no, expire. Many attorney general the Kasa, and then admit his admin. Say, Omni license, the last 2 years, Omni license. Problem big cry because Omni election. And so it's an issue of chicken and egg. So many attorney general Kasa will resolve that problem for Gambia. They will resolve it for Gambia. The other thing was that we haven't repeated the promise. We will build theaters in my 2024 manifesto. I didn't think it was credible to put in a promise to build more new theaters when you haven't finished those that you were to build in the first place. So my thinking is, let's finish what we said we were going to finish. Then you will have the credibility to promise to do anything else. So that is where I am looking at with the amphitheaters. And I'm hoping, the minister said today that some of the World Bank money, I think about $12 million or so, is going to go to the amphitheaters to complete them. So I'm hoping that they can complete those ones. Thank you.